Мы начали наш ночной трип, ночное путешествие за лягушками, насекомыми и всякими прочими мелкими ночными тварями.
Да.
Да. Нас ведет один гайд к другому. Да. Так, мы пытаемся увидеть какого-то там в небесах паука. Я думаю, это не получится. Так, нам пообещали какого-то супер страшного паука. И сейчас изображают активно его поиски. Сомнения меня берут. Ну, может быть.
Would like eventually hop on the caterpillar, would just kind of like walk at it.
Now you can see this one's still really small, but these can weigh like 1.5 kilos.
Oh wow!
So they get enormous.
That's a big cut.
Wow.
Now you can see back there behind the eyes, it's got those two big swollen areas. Those are the toxin glands.
Wow.
О, какая красавица.
Screaming, like super loud. They have this incredibly loud alarm call. And scientists have noticed, and they'll warn people never to go out collecting them in areas with lots of crocodiles. They are also, they're natural predators. If the frog were under a lot of stress, it can vaporize the toxins. It could give you watery eyes, runny nose, sneezing. You wouldn't even have to touch it to feel the effects.
Рассказывают ужастики про лягушек.
Not this one.
Местных. Пытаемся увидеть опоссума, но,
There's the
по-моему, это
opossum right
безнадежно.
there. Large individuals with the females.
Еще один палочник.
Right over here, we've got something else. Beautiful frog.
Вот он светится в темноте под флуоресцентными лучами.
Oh, I found him.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. A lot of times, when you call out to these, the males respond, and that's the easiest way to find them. Their call is really simple. Sounds kind of like just one note. Sometimes they'll do a double, sort of a. And if you have an area where you have several calling males, you may have a female sitting in a tree somewhere.
He's going to jump.
Yeah, I'm going to move it a little bit because he was about to jump. There we go.
Can we put him back now? Poor guy.
Well, I'm going to put him back where I found him.
Yeah.
Now, if you see them on the Caribbean side, they do look a lot more colorful than bright orange. It is still the same species, but our frogs here on the Pacific are completely isolated from the ones on the Caribbean side. The two populations don't interbreed, and our frogs have developed a little bit less colorful pattern. Right where my shadow is, right in that leaf.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool, got him.
Now, this is called Thomas's Thomas's fruit-eating bat, or Thomas's tent-making bat. Using echolocation, they find it using mainly their sense of smell. Although they do have good eyesight as well.
So do they find food at night or during
Yeah,
daytime?
at night. No, they're only active at night.
He's just lazy.
Yeah, it could be that it had a meal, or it's, you know.
Какое-то очередное маленькое чудо, которое мы пытаемся разглядеть. Вот there.
What are we looking at?
Пока не увидел.
Well, there were some Bolivian wandering spider eggs. And I see the email. Really easy to find the fire guy. Males for the species. Colonel frog here in Drake Bay. Yeah.
Oh.
And usually the easiest way to find these frogs is to call out to them. And the males oftentimes respond. That's the best way to find them. Protect them from predators and parasites. It's not known for sure with this species, but quite likely she's also hydrating the eggs. This way they don't desiccate. And also probably periodically rotating the eggs. On 3 different continents that keep little tiny frogs as roommates. And they've seen this, frogs.
Huh.
They've seen this in India, in Peru, and in in these 3 random spots. The frogs from India and Peru are actually really toxic, so it sort of makes sense the spider wouldn't want to eat them. You can see its head right there. We've got a neotropical racer, or a salmon belly racer. I don't know what's going on with this snake. It could be that she's getting ready to lay some eggs.
I
really
don't
don't
see
know.
it.
Я не вижу, где он.
But I'm going to get out of the way. You can all come by and check it out. I'll tell you a
check
little
it
bit
out.
about it, maybe.
Там в той дырке где-то змея сидит. Боится. Я тоже.
Very well. And I'm going to guess that's what it's doing. It's called a neotropical racer. It's a snake that's only active during the day and normally only on the ground. Usually when they sleep, they do it in the trees though. It's a species of burrowing tarantula. A little cricket jumping on me. Here it comes, guys.
Oh yeah,
Wow, beautiful.
it's wondering where its cricket went.
Yeah. This one's called Lacidora carinatus is the Latin name for it. Doesn't really have a common name. Pretty small. The largest we've seen with this one is about like this.
Wow.
They get much bigger.
Вот сухопутный краб. И такие бывают.
Predators of that giant marine toad that we saw.
Змею нашли.
But they
Does
also...
the snake get bigger for the bigger toads?
no, they
Or they on the smaller
they
ones?
stay the smaller ones. Their maximum size is about a meter.
Fairly big, yeah.
Which one's this? Sorry.
It's called the northern cat-eyed snake. Now these snakes also love to eat tree frogs, and they really like the eggs of the red-eyed tree frog, and the adults, and even the tadpoles. So, yeah, they predate on them pretty heavily. A lot of people kill them because they're similar to the fer-de-lance pit viper. So, many people see it immediately, they kill it, and it's a shame because, like I said, they're not aggressive, and even if it were to bite, yeah, it's eaten a frog or a toad.
Nice. Probably that green one, that's the woodpeck.
Could be. Looks like it's some kind of a tree frog or a toad, yeah, for sure. Do is drop to the ground and safety. Which for the most part is a really good strategy, but of course we do have
Look at this
very easy
cricket.
to pick out. When they're young like this, they will eat some insects, but for the most part they're vegetarians. And then as adults, they're pretty much strict vegetarians. They like to eat leaves, fruit, you know, forest crabs. Don't really need to go back to the ocean. They reproduce.
Yeah, we lost the group.
Красотуля. Напоследок нас хотят угостить муравьедом. Не знаю, удастся ли это снять, но, по крайней мере, мы можем пытаться посмотреть.
So this is the mid-sized anteater here in Costa Rica. It's the diameter of a pencil. So they've got a really, really long tongue and a massive salivary gland, which keeps it moist and sticky. And look at those claws, they're just ridiculous. Active about 8 hours a day.
I love it.
I would see that one.
Have you seen on this one?
That's my dream life.
Their common ancestor evolved down in South America around 60 million years ago.
Yeah, it's moving. Oh, there's it's a big
Feeding.
Oh, there he goes.
follow.
Here.
Oh my god.
This is one of the most beautiful frogs we have. It's an hourglass tree frog. And this is an adult male. The females get a little bit bigger, but the males won't get any bigger than this. This one doesn't really, well, it does have it, but of course these frogs can change colors. We may start to see the hourglass darker, and that's why they get their common name. They've got this marking on their back that looks a bit like an hourglass. Also kind of like a cat, the silhouette of a cat kind of sitting there. These little frogs call from the vegetation above flooded areas. Dehydration, so they need a fairly stable flood zone.
Так, вот ты какой гладиатор мощный и опасный.
Никаких там у него нет.
What is it? Gladiator tree frog. Oh,
Where is his spine going?
Yeah. On the thumbs. And normally what you see is actually like just like a little bump on the thumb because they.
День был замечательный и вечер замечательный, но я устал абсолютно. Сейчас рухну без памяти спать. А завтра опять. Кстати, хорошее путешествие смотреть дельфинов и китов.